Travis Hunter, one of the best players in the country. 13 catches on 14 targets, 100 yards, 2 touchdowns, including this one. Travis Hunter continues to impress NFL scouts. Also had an interception in this game as Colorado beats rival Colorado State 28-9. And let's get right to the site for more. Welcome to CBS Sports college football analyst and former NFL offensive lineman Ross Tucker. And Ross, why are we throwing the football at the end of the game and the game's out of hand? What are we doing?
I really don't know. Only Coach Sanders can answer that one. I don't think it was very smart football. And quite frankly, I'm not familiar with many teams at any level of football declining to take a knee when they can take a knee at that point. And I really don't know if that's what they would have done against any opponent or if that was special because it was Colorado State and all the animosity that exists between these two programs.
You were an offensive lineman at the college level and, of course, at the NFL level, and you heard Shedeur Sanders last week saying what he said at Nebraska, throwing his offensive line under the bus. He got sacked 5 times, only sacked twice on this night. What did you think about that, being a former offensive lineman in the NFL and knowing what his potential is?
Well, so I had a chance to talk with Hank Zielinskis, the starting center for Colorado, and he didn't feel like Shedeur was throwing them under the bus at all. He thought Shedeur was answering, I should say, a question honestly about the run game and the positive effect the run game has on the pass game. I do think, and he's been around a while, he's a veteran for a college player, he needs to choose his words a little bit more wisely, because when he says, how many times was Raiola touched all night, he's kind of knocking both his offensive line and his defensive line because they hadn't hit Raiola that much. So hopefully a learning experience for Shedeur Sanders just in terms of how impactful his words can be and, quite frankly, how people are going to treat almost everything he says, right? He's basically a professional quarterback already playing at the college level.
4 touchdowns on this night, 2 of them to Travis Hunter, one of the best players in the country. Now having called a Colorado game, seeing them up close and personal firsthand, what is your takeaway? What did you learn about Colorado in this game?
Well, so I already knew that Shedeur Sanders and Travis Hunter are 2 of the best players in the country. Sanders clearly one of the top quarterbacks. I think Travis Hunter is the best football player in the country. I don't think there's a great argument against that. He would have my Heisman vote if I had one. We'll see how the rest of the season plays out. But what was most important tonight was that Colorado's offensive line took a step forward. Their defense took a step forward under new defensive coordinator Rob Livingston. Listen, they gave up 35 points a game last year. That's why they were 4-8, as big a reason as any. If they can play on defense the way they played tonight and the second half against Nebraska, that's 6 quarters in a row now where they're going to give Sanders and that offense a chance to win these games.
If you were advising Travis Hunter, would you tell him to pick a position, wide receiver or DB?
No, I don't think I would. You know, we asked Coach Sanders that. I think tell NFL teams he's open to playing either or both so you get drafted as high as possible. I don't think he would be a full-time performer on both sides of the ball, but I can definitely see him being a starting corner in the NFL that gets some offensive snaps, right? Because if he's a corner on an NFL team, I'm going to guess he's probably better than their 4th and 5th receiver, maybe their 3rd receiver, maybe he's their number 2. So that's got to be pretty hard, right? If you're an NFL team and you're losing a game and your 2nd best receiver is sitting right there on the bench and you can put him out there, it's going to be fascinating to see how they use him at the next level. I can't wait.
Certainly a tough decision, but you know, it's not a tough decision not throwing the football at the end of the game. Ross, I appreciate you taking time for us here on CBS Sports HQ. Safe travels home.
My pleasure. Thank you guys so much for having me.
Ross Tucker here on CBS Sports HQ, former NFL offensive lineman. I like that he set the record straight there on what the O-line said in response to Shedeur Sanders, because, you know, that's a lot of respect. 6 games with 4 more passing touchdowns in Colorado history. Shedeur Sanders has 6 of them. He had 4 on this night as he leads Colorado to a 28-9 victory. Now 7 straight wins against Colorado State.